right, everyone. Hello and welcome into our post-game coverage tonight following Minnesota's win over the Detroit Lions at home in US Bank Stadium today by the final of 19-16 in the most ridiculous, nonsensical, unnecessary, dramatic fashion that I think I could possibly fathom for an ending to an NFL game. If you scripted this as a pitch for a movie or a TV series finale, whatever it might be, in a Hollywood conference room, you'd get laughed out of the building because it's just so goddamn ridiculous what we witnessed today. I have a lot of things to say about it, so before we get into that, I do want everybody to know that this is your chance to be heard. This is where you have an opportunity to speak your voice, because you're going to want to leave a comment on today's video to potentially be featured in tomorrow's video, the day after Detroit. That is our little collaborative project here on our corner of Vikings Internet, where you have a comment, I will react to it in tomorrow's video. That is going to be your comments, my reactions, our video the day after Seattle. So remember, leave a comment that is short, concise, to the point. About 5 to 6 sentences is pretty good. The screen caps can only be so big. And, don't be afraid to ask a question, because I've really been giving those priority, because I feel like I have better responses when it's a question as just opposed to reacting to a statement. But you're going to have a lot of statements to say about this game today, I'm sure. So let's get into what I'm thinking. Let me know what you think in the comments below as you watch the rest of this video. So the Vikings escape today on the final game of their 3-game homestand from the Detroit Lions, a winless Detroit Lions, a Detroit Lions team that has been ravaged by injuries. They have wide receivers playing tonight at the end of that game that I've never heard of before. I don't know who these people are. It's basically that episode of SpongeBob where Patrick Star comes home, he sees all the eyeballs under his rock, and he's like, "Who are you people?" Yeah, that's the Detroit Lions. They are putting out a JV varsity or a junior varsity football team today because they've just been so decimated by injuries to a roster that wasn't that talented to begin with 5 weeks ago. Having said that, I stand here today a corrected man. I have been humbled. I said a few weeks ago that I thought Mike Zimmer, and it was a reaction to a comment in one of the day after videos. I forget which one it was, but I said that I thought that Mike Zimmer had what it took to win a Super Bowl, and he was just in the wrong environment. I rescind that opinion. I stand corrected. I have been humbled today with the experience that was this game, because Mike Zimmer is not that dude. This is a tragedy. We should be celebrating the fact that we won today, and that Greg Joseph kicked not one but 2 career-long field goals today to put the Vikings over the top, including the game winner with no time left. It's just, any other time that this sort of plays out this way, we would be jumping for joy in the streets celebrating what a fantastic victory we had, but the rest of the game was so goddamn ugly. And the fact that we were 37 seconds away from handing it to them, their first win of the season, and potentially everything becoming unraveled with this franchise and this organization. 37 seconds. Kirk Cousins, Greg Joseph saved a lot of jobs today. I am not kidding when I say that. That is not hyperbole. It's just, there were so many fireable offenses in this game that you could build a resume and pitch it in a PowerPoint as to why Mike Zimmer should no longer be employed by this football team and this coaching staff in general. Let's just name a few of them. I mean, the first one is Rashad Hill. At one point, they brought in Christian Darrisaw to replace Rashad Hill on a drive in which they scored a touchdown, the only touchdown of the game, and after that, Rashad Hill goes back in, and then they say in the post-game press conference that was the plan. There was no injury. Their plan all along was to rotate left tackles. I have never seen that before. If somebody has ever seen that before in a real-world scenario, in an NFL game that is coached by serious people, please tell me, point that out to me. We want to work in a rookie at left tackle. Rashad Hill is garbage. Christian Darrisaw is either better than him or he's not. And by what I think we saw today, I think the writing on the wall is that Rashad Hill is just so bad that anybody is an upgrade over him at this point. So just leave Christian Darrisaw in there. I don't understand this trying to get this cute with things when you are 1-3 and you need to win this game, and if you lose, you are potentially getting fired. It makes no sense to do that. Other fireable offenses. Let's see. The play calling is still, it's atrocious. It's offensive. It shouldn't be allowed. I mean, in this era of the NFL, we're still handing the ball off on 2nd and long. We're still dinking and dunking on 3rd down. We're throwing passes nowhere near the sticks. Kirk Cousins' excuse today in the post-game press conference to reporters was that the Lions defense was taking away the deep routes, taking away essentially Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson because they were running 2 high safeties the whole night. Oh, did the Lions unlock the secret to stop attacking down the field in the NFL in 2021? I thought this guy was supposed to be elite. No, he credits the Lions defense for running 2 high safeties. Apparently that's the secret of taking away one of the best wide receiver duos in the league in Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson. So you're telling me if the Lions run 2 high safeties against the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes that they're not going to try to air it out down the field to Tyreek Hill? Are you kidding me with this? Kirk Cousins is a coward, okay? He's a coward to go and attack the Lions defense, which is basically a junior varsity defense at this point. They don't have starting cornerbacks. I don't get it. I legitimately don't understand his thought process and how everything needs to be perfect for him to attack down the field. In the first half, Justin Jefferson has, 5 receptions for 100-some yards, and then in the second half, he hits 1 reception. What is that? That's another fireable offense, and that really goes back to play call. I'm just on a rant here because I'm just so flustered with what we saw today, and it makes no sense on how this is a football team that thinks it's good. I just don't get it. So there was all of that. The one good decision that they made was they kept Dalvin Cook out of the game. So thank God they at least did that. And Alexander Mattison proved what we already knew, is that he is capable of handling the workload. The fumble, it is what it is. Turnovers are going to happen. I said in a video last week, bad officiating is going to happen to every team. You're going to be on the wrong end of it. You'll be on the right end of it. Same thing with the turnover situation. You're going to have those. They're going to sting. They're going to bite you in the ass. And you know what? I really got to give credit to Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. As I've been saying for weeks, this team is a threat. This team is motivated. The head coach is genuine. He cares about his players. He has them in the right direction. I think in a few years, once this roster gets overhauled and built the way that they need to, the Lions are going to be competitive. And so watch out, because the NFC North is about to get really difficult over the next 3 to 4 years. So we need to be prepared. And today we showed that we're not. The fact that we had to, essentially put together a game-winning drive with 37 seconds left and kick a game-winning field goal from with Greg Joseph, who has never kicked a 54 or 55 yarder to win the game. His previous long record was 52 or 53. So we can't be doing this. It just sucks because, you look at the opponents that we've played already. The Bengals went toe-to-toe with the Packers, and the Cardinals are 5-0. The Seahawks put together a good game against the Rams, but, Russell Wilson breaks his finger. And I just finished watching the Chargers-Brown game. That was the Browns' vaunted defense. The Browns just gave up 47 points. Okay, and we could barely score against them last week. We scored 1 touchdown. This offense has 2 touchdowns in the last 8 quarters, I think. So we have problems, and I got to say, a lot of people came in the comments last week and were saying things like I was, I didn't know what I was talking about, and there were still a lot of games left. What are you still on this train that this is a playoff team? Because I don't see it. I didn't see it before, and my priors have been confirmed tonight because this is a team that plays down to its competition. The play calling is bad. The philosophies are stuck in the 1990s. I don't know what to tell you. You're either being delusional or willingly obtuse if you still believe that this 2-3 football team that just escaped and squeaked by a winless Detroit Lions team. Let's not sugarcoat it. The Detroit Lions, all credit to Dan Campbell for getting this team ready to play and having them play hard. One of the worst teams in the league currently, other than maybe the Texans, the Jets, and the Jaguars. One of the worst teams currently, and you can't light up the scoreboard. You can't make this not close. You can't make this not where you have to have, one of those things where the Lions just do a Lions thing. I mean, we did a Vikings thing and just handed them the game. They go for the 2-point conversion, love the aggressiveness, and they almost steal it. Come on. I'm all over the place with this reaction, and it's been a few hours since the game has ended. So it's just been kind of boiling up, and I've just been ready to get it out. But, flood the comments on this video. Give me a lot to work with tomorrow. It won't go up super late tomorrow night. We'll talk about this as the week goes forward because I'm going to have some extra time this week. But Yeah, this is bad. This is a bad 2-3 team. I mean, all the questions that everybody's been asking going into this game is, what is this game going to tell us about the Vikings, and is this a good football team? Mike Zimmer has said over and over again that this is a good football team. I am here to tell you at the end of this video tonight that this is not a good football team. It does not deserve to win tonight or today. The Detroit Lions absolutely deserve that W. They should be 2-4 if we're being honest with ourselves, or 2-3, excuse me, because they should have beat the Ravens. Just to lose like that is just, I feel you. That's terrible. Detroit Lions fans deserve all the credit in the world, and you're going to get there someday. Believe me, I'm not going to shit on you guys about anything. I believe in Dan Campbell, and I wish you guys the best. But getting back to the Vikings, it's not a playoff team. And even if we are a playoff team, this is a playoff team that is going to sneak in, and they're going to be one and done because it's just not good. It's not coached good. It's not managed good. The players crumble during certain circumstances. Rick Spielman is probably also going to get fired at the end of the season because that Chris Herndon trade has been detrimental to this team because it cost them 2 drives today, and they gave up a 4th-round pick for a guy that they're going to have to give the boot because he's just not a good player. That was a panic trade that, once again, we are paying repercussions for. So that's a lot to absorb. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to let you guys finish the rest with your comments below. Let me know what you think, and I will see you tomorrow for the day after Detroit. Thanks. Have a good one.